Well, let's just face it. You might not find a home to live in here in 2024 in Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm going to give you some reasons why you may not find a house, because there's a lot of things that are changing in our economy. As prices continue to go up here in Phoenix, Arizona, interest rates were higher. They came down a little bit, but they're going to stay stable. According to the Fed, they are not going to lower interest rates currently as of right now. And shortages of housing here in Phoenix, Arizona makes it kind of tough for you to find a home that you truly want to live in 2024. Because people who have a house, who have been thinking about selling, are really scratching their head and they're like, yeah, I don't know if I want to get rid of this 2.5 to 3.5 interest rate, go back into the market, sell my house, and then come back and buy at 7, 6, or 5%. So I'm going to give you some reasons why you might not find the true house that you truly love and want to live in 2024 in Phoenix, Arizona. So let's deep dive right into that. What is going on, my friends? Coach Vic, the realtor investor here, and I'm here just to educate you and give you the insights of what's going on here in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, we do have a small portfolio of rental properties, and we do help people buy, sell, and invest in real estate here in Phoenix, Arizona. So if you are that person who's looking to make that move over here to Phoenix, Arizona, or buy, sell, or invest, you came to the right channel. All my information is below, and let's deep dive into this video so I can give you the reasons why you might not find a house in 2024 here in Phoenix, Arizona. So one of the main reasons we have here in Phoenix, Arizona is most definitely is a housing shortage, not only in Phoenix, Arizona, but across the United States. And as I look today, we have 12,658 homes for sale. Now, this is entire Valley of Maricopa County. Now, let me show you the screen so you can see exactly what I'm looking at here. Is as of today, we have 12,658 homes for sale. Now, these are single family homes. These are not townhomes. These are not condos. These are not mobile homes. These are not patio homes. Now, if I do, let me zoom out here so you can see the data. If I do change the list price to, say, just like a first-time home buyer looking to buy, let's just say 650, because that's basically what's happening right now here in Phoenix, you only have 7,726 homes for sale, which is right here. Now, as an investor, I always tell my clients, you know what? You always want to buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with at least 1,500 square feet. That way you can actually turn that into a investment rental property if you decide in the future. And by doing that and changing the entire data, we only have 5,219 homes for sale, which is right here, my friends, 5,219 homes for sale. Now, we can view the map. You can see exactly where they are at, and there are available homes for sale. But one of the main things is you have slim pickings, and that's why we have an inventory problem here in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, we're going to get into what happens if rates go down and rates go up. But right now, you got to think about it and put yourself in the shoes of the seller. I am the seller. Do I really want, or do I need to sell my house right now and either move up or move down? And then when I look at my mortgage statement right here, am I going to actually sell my property at a 2.5 to 3.5 interest rate to go back on the market and buy something that's probably going to be smaller in a different location, a location that I don't want, and pay that current interest rate of 7, 6%, or 5%? And it's all going to depend on the budget and how much money that seller is actually going to make on a net profit when they sell their house, so they can have the same amount of payment or even less. A lot of sellers are doing the math. They're saying, look, even if I sell my house and put all this money down on a new property, my payment is going to be higher. So for me, it doesn't really make sense because I don't need to sell my property. I would like to and want to, but there's a difference between want and need. And that's kind of one of the reasons why you might have a hard time finding a house here in Arizona in 2024. Another main reason, which is reason number 2, is interest rates. Interest rates were at almost 8%, and now they have dropped down to 6%. So even though the interest rates have dropped recently, it still makes it kind of unaffordable for people who are actually making almost 6 figures here in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, let me take you to this interest rate chart. I like to use Mortgage News Daily here, and this chart is just it has an app. So if you download it to your cell phone, you can calculate this mortgage for you by yourself. So you can see back in October 26th of 2023, at the highest point, they were at 7.79%. But of course, they go a little bit higher when you're getting pre-qualified, and it all depends on your credit score as well, what kind of rate you're going to get. So right now, we're at Freddie Mac at 6.64%. Now, with this interest rate, there's a lot of things that go into this interest rate. Is your credit score, your debt to income ratio, how much you make, etc. Now, the Fed said that they are going to lower the interest rates over the 2024 year, but I really don't trust the government on what's going to happen. Look at all the lies that have been happening. So you got to make the sound decision on what you really want and what you need, and you got to create a budget and make sure you're affordable. You make sure you can afford it, because when you go and talk to a lender and they give you that interest rate, you got to remember they're only doing your debt to income ratio and what you have on your credit, meaning car loan, credit cards, anything that's on your credit. But they don't actually sit down with you and tell you and look at your budget, like what you're spending on gas and food and your vacations and your daycare, etc. So you really got to break down your budget and really look at the rate and really look at what you can afford, because at 6.5% right now, your interest rate might be a little too high for you to purchase a house. So this is reason number 2 why you might not find a house here in Phoenix, Arizona in 2024. So the third thing I want to deep dive into is home prices. You would think with interest rates rising so high and the way the economy is going with inflation that home prices would go down, but we're seeing prices continue to go up here in Phoenix, Arizona. And I want to show you the latest chart right here. And what's going on with home prices is in some cities, we are in a seller's market, meaning that each city, that if you are putting your house on the market, you are in a seller's market, that you have the leverage over the buyer. There are still some cities that are buyer's markets, and then there are some that are balanced. But as we go further into this year, especially during spring here in Phoenix, Arizona, everything is going to convert hopefully into a seller's market. Now, what I mean, hopefully, it's going to push some people to sell their house and people to buy a home. And rents continue to rise here and almost continues to be stable in certain cities. But if you're paying like $2,500 for rent, you might as well just try to purchase a house, because it doesn't make any sense. And I've been calling it for years that Arizona is going to be called now Calazona, now California, because a lot of people are moving in. And just looking at what happened to California with the rain, that hurts my heart and my feelings to those people who lost their homes and all the flooding that's been happening. And if you continue to see all this global warming, we're seeing a lot of people from California move to Phoenix, Arizona. Just think about it. If they could sell their house for cash there, sell it for $1 million and come buy something for cash here and have no mortgage at all. And it's only a 6-hour drive to get to Phoenix and go look at the ocean. But let's take a look at this chart right here, because I think it's very important to see what's going on with home prices. Now, I went all the way back to 2018, and you could buy a house for $276,950. Now, when the pandemic hit, we just took off and rose like crazy. We went all the way up to $530,000 for a single family home. Now, this is single family homes only 1,500 square feet to 3,000 square feet, single family homes. And of course, in Maricopa, Pinal, and Yavapai County. Now, if I just take off these, which is the main cities in Maricopa, you can see we are currently at 520,000. So as we see home prices rise, this is the little dip here. People said prices are falling. Yes, they fell. But look they fell from 555,000 to 473. That is not like a major crash, my friends. And then they rose. We took a little dip, a little dip, a little dip, and then we're back here at 520,000. Now, where do I see home prices going? Well, it's all going to depend on those factors, right? We have low inventory. We have a construction problem across the United States, and of course here in Phoenix, Arizona. We have an inventory problem here in Phoenix, Arizona. We have interest rate problem issue as well. As interest rates go higher or stay the same, it's pushing people to stay on the sidelines who can't afford to buy a house. People who want to sell, downgrade, or upgrade, they can't do that as well because they don't want to go get that new interest rate. When I bought my house in 2002, that interest rate was 6%, and I was okay with that. But the home prices were lower, very, very low. And with these interest rates and home prices continue to increase, it's make it unaffordable for people to buy a house, even if you make over $100,000. It just depends on your debt to income ratio. So what I believe is there's going to have to be some kind of balance here. Interest rates will come down, and when they come down, this inventory is going to be gobbled up, and then it's going to push home prices up. So what should you do? Well, you have to really look at your budget. You really have to look at the money you're making. You have to look at your debt to income ratio. If you are on the fence of buying a house, pay off some of those credit cards down to 30%. Get your credit score up, save some cash, and get ready to purchase a house, because I can tell you folks, it's Calizona here. A lot of people from California are here. There's a lot of people from Washington. There's a lot of people from Portland, Oregon. They're just moving here and they're saying, you know what? I'm done with the rain. I'm done with the cold weather. I'm done. I just want to move to Arizona where it's sunny and I could just be outside 360 days a year. Of course, in the summer, if you have a pool, because it's kind of hot. But anyways, I just want to give you the data here and give you why you not might find a house here in 2024 in Phoenix, Arizona. But don't make that leave you on the sidelines. Make a sound decision, reach out to an expert like myself. And I would suggest you reach out to somebody as a real estate agent who has investment properties, who knows the game of money, who knows the game of leverage, who knows the game of cash flow, who knows exactly how to give you the data, but at least to present it to you on your table in front of you and be like, hey, this is your options here. What you decide to do is up to you, but I'm here to coach and mentor you as well. Once again, Coach Vic, the realtor here. All my information is below. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in some real estate here in Phoenix, Arizona, reach out. We got your back. Thank you.